Hi, everyone. We're going to continue our conversation of imperialism and expansionism for the United States. Just a reminder, imperialism is when one country dominates another one. So in this case, it's when the United States dominates another country in some type of way. Maybe it's politically taking over the politics and the leader of their country. Maybe it's militarily, literally taking over the country, threatening them with military force, or actually using military force to take over the country. Or economically, forcing a trade. Forcing a country to trade with them, to buy their products. So Americans wanted other countries to start buying American products so America's economy can grow. So in other words, it's kind of bullying another country. So the first country we're going to look at is one that you might be familiar with. It's one of our 50 states called Hawaii. Let's get into the history of it real quick, and this will be really short today. So Hawaii was ruled by this woman named Queen Liliuokalani. And Queen Liliuokalani saw that Americans were coming to Hawaii, to her country, and having these vast, large fruit plantations, these sugar farms, and they were becoming very powerful in Hawaii. And she was worried about that. She wanted Hawaii to be for Hawaiians, and she thought that these fruit planters threatened what was going on in Hawaii, which she wanted to be a more free, independent state. And she was also concerned that Christianity was being spread to all of her people through missionaries, further Americanizing her country of Hawaii. So she's actually going to try to remove those fruit planters that are acquiring so much political and economic power in Hawaii, because she feared that they would try to take over the country from her. And she was right. So American fruit planters, which were very powerful at this point, banded together and actually overthrew Queen Liliuokalani. And they made this guy, Sanford Dole, the president of Hawaii. Now think about that last name, Dole. Where have you seen that name before? Well, it is Hawaii. What does Hawaii have a lot of? Fruit. So Sanford Dole's family owned fruit plantations in Hawaii. You see Dole all over lots of the fruit, your bananas, so on. All these things you see here. So the Dole Fruit Company was growing in Hawaii while this happened, and they actually someone in their family, Sanford Dole, took over the state of Hawaii, and he became the president of this country of Hawaii. So the United States would want to annex or add Hawaii to the United States, and eventually they would let them. But were Hawaiians happy about this? No. They were very upset that Queen Lil was taken out of power. They did not want the Americans in charge. But the Americans are practicing imperialism. They're dominating. They don't care. They're taking over anyway. So in 1898, Hawaii is annexed. It is annexed to the United States, and it becomes our 50th state. And Dole becomes the governor now instead of the president of Hawaii. Now, why did the United States want this? This is U.S. history after all. So Dole is important for how we got Hawaii, but why did we want Hawaii? If we look at this picture right here, the Hawaiian Islands, Hawaii, is literally in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Think about the reasons for imperialism. Think where we're spreading. We said we're expanding and spreading and imperializing, if that's a word, excuse me, to the Caribbean, to the Pacific Ocean, to Asia, and the reasons for it were, well, raw materials. Well, guess what? We found lots of fruit, sugar, all sorts of stuff in Hawaii. That's one. Now we can sell things to Hawaii, so those are called new markets. That's two. But at the same time, who else do we have easier access to if we have Hawaii? Well, it's easier for us to just ship stuff to Hawaii, and now Hawaii's kind of a gateway to sell products from the United States pretty much everywhere. They can go down to South America. They could go over to Australia and New Zealand. They could be sold to Asia in the most populous state, China, Japan, all these Pacific Islands. So Hawaii is this gateway that allows us to trade easily with pretty much anyone. Also, how do we make sure other countries trade with us? Well, we need a strong naval power, like our admiral that we talked about, Alfred T. Mahan, said we need a big, strong navy to become a big, powerful state, become a world power, in other words. So having access to Hawaii will provide us with naval bases that we can build there, and then we can more easily send our navy everywhere we want to trade with, and make sure China is actually trading with us, make sure Japan is actually trading with us, and threaten them with our strong naval power, our big, strong navy. So Hawaii is very useful for these reasons. We access raw materials not just in Hawaii, but everywhere nearby that we want to also practice imperialism and also want to dominate. We can access new markets everywhere in these hemispheres, in these parts of the world, and we can more easily spread our power to any of these places. All right. Hope you learned something about Hawaii and imperialism. Thank you, guys.